Alternative ways to balance the chakras. So far we've touched on yoga, but there are many other ways that you can balance your chakras. I've selected just a few alternate ways. These are ones that I've used, that I'm familiar with, that I know are in tune with myself, and therefore I can explain them quite well. There are many other different ways to balance the chakras, so you can do research on the internet and find ones that resonate or connect with you if these don't feel like they connect with you on that level. However, I'm going to start off with my first alternate way to balance the chakras, and that is with affirmations. So if you go back to the previous video, the one where I spoke about the chakras in a tiny bit more depth and Kundalini, at the end of each one of the chakras, the 7 main chakras, when I gave you the explanation of their element and their mantra, there was also an affirmation at the end for each one of those. Feel free to revisit that video, write those affirmations down. They are something that you can use yourself at any point, at any time. So affirmations are ways that you can put your vibration, put your request out to the universe. An affirmation is something that many people have used time and time again to bring into their life a certain energy, love, a job, an opportunity. There are many different things you can call upon within the universe by using an affirmation. And an affirmation is literally a set of wording. It can be short, it could be long, but it's something that is done in repetition or subconsciously on that level where you are giving out that frequency, that energy on a constant platform. So affirmations can be done in prayer, in chant, just saying them out loud over and over again. So again, it's the intention and the intent that you have behind the affirmation as well. You need to do it really with a whole heart, full belief, and with grace, so that the vibration and frequency is given out to the universe on the right level. I have used affirmations verbally. I have said them out aloud. I've used them in repetition. I've used them occasionally, and I have actually, I have also used affirmations on a piece of paper, like on a post-it note. I've written my affirmation down and I've popped the post-it notes all over my house. Therefore, it is something that subconsciously that I was seeing every single day. So it embeds the thought process. That's the thought process that you're giving out and the energy you're giving out to the universe. Those vibrations are heard, felt by the universe. The energy is then reciprocated and given back to you. So with the affirmation, it's something that the universe responds to, because you're calling upon the universe with a certain frequency, with a certain energy, and therefore the universe has a responsibility to respond to that energy, to respond to that frequency. It's like a two-way street. What doesn't work with affirmations, however, is if you aren't doing that affirmation with the highest regard, with the highest intention for your highest self or those around you. You can't do an affirmation or repeat an affirmation that will in any way, shape or form be harmful to others. It's something that works on a positive, graceful level, and something that requires good vibes, good energy and positivity to be sent out there. So it isn't something that you can request and that you can repeat over and over again, putting out that negative energy, because that's all you're going to get back, and it'll be you yourself that suffers. It won't be the entity or whatever that you were putting the negativity out toward that will suffer. So therefore, just keep it high, keep it at a graceful, positive, high energy, high vibrance, high frequency level. So, you can create, by the way, your own affirmation as well. It's something that can be exceptionally personal to you. You can search on the internet for very generic affirmations. The ones I gave you with the chakras are fairly generic, but feel free to tweak them to however you please. But affirmations are something that come from you, from your heart, from your soul intent. So you can create whatever affirmation that you want and put it out there into the universe. So that is one of the other ways to balance your chakras. We're now going to move on to something else that I love and use. I have a little plethora of collection of them right here, which I'll show you in just a moment, but it's crystals. I adore crystals. They hold such beauty and such energy. When you think about how old the earth is, how old the universe is, and these crystals are dug up from the earth, which makes them potentially millions and millions of years old. And you imagine the energy, the vibrations that are within each one of these stones. They are pretty sacred and pretty amazing at the end of the day. So crystals are something that work on different energies and different vibrations and different frequencies, just like we do as people. There are some crystals that hold higher vibrations and energies, some crystals that hold more earthly, lower vibrations and energies. They work in many different ways for many different things. They're very personal to your need for what you want them for and how they will help you. So crystals can be used in many different ways. They're a wonderful tool. They can be something you place around the home to encourage that energy and that vibration to the home, to that space. It is something that you can wear. People wear them in pieces of jewelry. Sometimes they wear more raw form of the crystals around their wrists, something that is touching the skin and therefore resonates within the body, within your energetic system. You can also use them for meditation. You can use them in your yoga practice, in your chant, in your prayer, simply by holding onto them or placing them on certain areas of the body, especially if you're working with the chakras. If you decide to do a meditation and you're sitting or lying, you can always place a stone that is associated with that chakra on the chakra, on the body, just to really amplify the energy and for the balance to be brought harmoniously to the flow of energy through the chakras. So bearing in mind that crystals are amazing tools, you can use them in any which way, shape or form you like to create that energy in your space or within your personal space and body. But you can also use them on your chakras. And because of that reasoning, I looked into some of the stones and the crystals that are associated with different chakras within the body, the 7 main chakras. I came up with potentially about 4 on average for each one of the chakras. And these are crystals that can be used, as I mentioned, if you are meditating or working on a specific chakra, or if you are just bringing the whole body into balance, you can use one or each of the stones from the list that I'm going to give to you right now. So starting at the root, the base chakra, which is where we start when we're talking about the 7 chakras, working our way up to the highest, which is the crown chakra. So the root and base chakra have crystals associated with them that tend to also mimic the color of that chakra. You find that because the base root chakra is red, the stones will associate very much with that redness or the earthy tone colors. The first stone we have is smoky quartz. Now I actually have a smoky quartz here. This is one that I keep just in my bathroom. This is something I keep on the side next to pictures of my kids and my husband. It's a very beautiful stone, smoky quartz. It's great to dispel negative energy. So this is your smoky quartz stone. You'll see that it has that beautiful brown color and tone to it. Again, it's that earthly tone that I mentioned with it being the base, the root chakra. We have red jasper, black tourmaline, and also obsidian. Again, all great grounding stones, but also wants to dispel negativity. Moving on to the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is the more orange of the chakras. So the stones again mimic this color. Ones that I came by while researching all of this was your carnelian, again another orangey type stone, orange aventurine, peach moonstone, and orange calcite. So all of those associated with the sacral chakra. And let's move up to the solar plexus, which is the yellow chakra. The stones that are associated with this chakra are citrine. I have lots of citrine. I don't know why I didn't pick one out actually. But citrine is a beautiful, very pale yellow, glassy, sometimes slightly opaque stone, but it's very, very beautiful. We also have tiger's eye. We have amber and topaz. Topaz, a lot of people think of topaz as being a beautiful pale blue. Topaz originally is more of a yellow color. And as time went on and as more topaz was discovered and mined, they discovered different colors, even though blue topaz seems to be the most popular color of topaz nowadays. So it's the one that people normally associate with topaz. The original color that was mined was yellow, or kind of off yellow. Now we're moving up to the heart chakra. The color of this chakra is green, even though we think about heart as being kind of red and love. This color of chakra is your green, your calming, tranquility chakra. So we're looking at rose quartz. I don't know why I don't have that either. I've got loads of them in my just in my closet. I have them all spread out. So we have rose quartz, which is the stone of love and the stone of all emotions and feelings of the heart. We then have green aventurine. Going back to the color of the actual chakra being green, we have malachite and unakite. They are all the stones associated with the heart chakra and can be used within meditation and prayer specifically for that chakra alone. Moving up to the throat chakra, this is your blue chakra. This one has a couple more stones that I mentioned. So the first one is blue lace agate, beautiful pale blue stone, very, very pretty. We then have angelite. There is turquoise, kyanite, and blue topaz. So we're moving on to the blue topaz. All of those are colors of the blues, tend to be fairly light in their colors, the paler, lighter blues, which again are all very beautiful and used for the throat chakra. Let's move on now to the third eye chakra, the forehead between the brow. We have lapis lazuli. This is that stone. It's a gorgeous, deep, rich blue. It has the white striations through it. You can tell lapis lazuli normally because it has the speckles of gold within this stone. It's actually a really beautiful specimen, and I have this just in my closet on my shelf with all my other crystals. So this is lapis lazuli, great for the third eye chakra. There's also iolite and sodalite. Both of those are great for sorts of intuition and opening the mind. Next we move on to the crown chakra. This first stone for the crown chakra is one of the more popular stones people may have heard of, especially because you find this in many pieces of jewelry. It's amethyst. This is a specimen I keep just next to my bed. I have it on my desk on top of my selenite, and it is a beautiful stone. Did you know that if you pop amethyst underneath your pillow, obviously not this one, it's a bit jagged, but if you pop amethyst underneath your pillow or underneath the bed where your head would lie, it can actually help promote good sleep and help you get a restful night. So amethyst is up there with your crown chakra. We also have selenite. So this is a slab of selenite. It's got a beautiful white iridescence to it. It's quite a delicate crystal. When we're talking of crystals, it can chip and break quite easily. You don't want to get it wet because it can dissolve the crystal itself. But selenite it has such a high vibration and frequency. It's actually a cleansing stone. So crystals and gemstones benefit from being cleansed sporadically. Normally underneath a full moon, you can cleanse them if you leave them somewhere in moonlight overnight. They can be cleansed that way. You can also cleanse them by washing them. You can cleanse them by putting them out in sunlight. You can bury them into the earth. You can lay them on selenite. Selenite is a great cleansing stone. So I tend, if I'm using my crystals, when you imagine that you use crystals, you're using them to balance energy and chakras, just like we absorb energy, the crystals absorb energy. So therefore it becomes cloudy with what they are able to produce in form of their energy. So you have to cleanse them just like you have to cleanse and balance yourself. You have to cleanse and balance your crystals. Selenite is a slab that I put on the side, and I pop all of my crystals on top of there. Once I've used them and our energies have been intertwined, I put them on there so that they can be cleansed and be used again with their pure energy. So that is selenite. It's also known as desert rose, and it can look like this in desert rose form. So this is just a small sample. I have a few of these again around my house. Just white and a sandy colour. Very pretty, a little bit rough around the edges. Next we have clear quartz. This is again a very beautiful stone, used for many things. This is actually just a classic stone to always have in your collection, clear quartz. Comes in many different ways, shapes and forms. I have a few of these lying around my house in sporadic places, but that's another great crystal to have. We also have labradorite. I have a labradorite point right here. It has a beautiful kind of gloss and shimmer to it. internals of the labradorite are very similar to that of an abalone shell. So when you see that beautiful light hit the abalone shell and it comes up with that spectrum of rainbow colors, labradorite has the same look and feel to it. This is just a labradorite point. It's a great stone for new beginnings. It's just very beautiful as well. You will find sometimes this is quite popular in jewelry as well, labradorite. So that's another high frequency, high vibrational stone for the crown chakra. So all of those stones and crystals work harmoniously with the energetic body and to help clear and balance the chakras when used in that specific manner. But I just love crystals. I think they're one of those beautiful things to be able to wear every single day and have around the home. They look beautiful and they serve a purpose as well. Moving on to our final one, which actually penultimate one, there is one final one after this, but that is Reiki. So Reiki is energy healing. It is a treatment where from either the laying on of hands or from the palm method, energy, the practitioner becomes a conduit for energy, universal energy, to transmit and pass through them into the person having the treatment. So they become a conduit for energy and allow the energy to move and flow freely over the body, allowing it to help heal and cleanse the body. Now, Reiki works on a specific level that that the Reiki, the energy, will target your specific needs. So if you are going to Reiki for healing and you may have a knee that's been hurting you, it's giving you pain, it's like this dull ache, and you think, I'm going to go to Reiki, it would be nice to be healed on an energetic level to help the physical pain. Now, if you turn up at Reiki and you've been going through some trauma, emotionally, spiritually, besides physically, and that trauma is actually more intense than the pain in your knee, even though you may not validate it as that. How the Reiki works is that energy will first serve and heal the greatest need. So if your spiritual and your energetic blockages are way greater than the pain that you're physically feeling in your knee, it will address your spiritual and emotional issues first by balancing and finding harmony within those, and then eventually, depending on how many sessions you have, it works its way around the body in the order of the body's need. Whether or not you think it is or isn't, energy knows best what your body needs. So that's how it heals and serves. It is something that can be quite a quick and swift treatment. You can go in and maybe have a quick 20-minute treatment, or there are treatments that can last up to 40 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Each treatment is specific and different, each to the client. Now, Reiki is something that I'm very passionate about. I became a Reiki master about 5 or 6 years ago. So I am very much in tune with the energy and how it works in terms of that healing process and method. The whole process of Reiki is one that I think is individual. It's a treatment that I think you have to believe in what you are going in for. If people aren't really sold on having an energetic body, they don't really believe that that's the case. We have a physical body and that's it. There's probably limits to how much will happen to them simply because of their belief system and them not being open-minded and shutting down what they may feel or see. And it's the same with Reiki. You have to go in there with an open mind and an open heart, knowing that this energy is real and it can heal you from the inside out and bring complete balance and harmony to your body. And with that thought process and with that ideal, when you go in there, then the energy can work at its highest and serve you at your highest when you go in there. And it's something that can work on many levels, not just with chakra balancing, but with other ailments, just with other issues. The way I got into Reiki is because I was just having just this thought that kept popping up, and it was bugging me, and it didn't serve me. I didn't need it there, and every time this thought came to mind, it would annoy me and put me in a place I didn't like. So therefore, I actually went to Reiki to try and get that balance reinstated within the body, and to allow anything that isn't serving me to release and break away, which is exactly how it worked. And the feeling it gave me was so overwhelming and so incredible that I decided to embark on becoming a Reiki master, simply because I wanted to be able to share that feeling and create that and channel the energy to others on that same level. So Reiki is another wonderful way to balance the chakras. So now we're going to move on to the final way, which is meditation. Now, meditation is a wonderful tool for many things, just for your peace of mind, for clarity, for diving inward, for soul searching, for balance and harmony in all things. But specifically, you can use it for balancing the chakras. The way that I would do this with meditation is through a guided meditation, and I would use visualization. So I will guide you all the way through, starting to see the energy in the body and working its way from the base chakra, clearing any blockages, and working its way all the way up to the crown chakra, to allow that visualization to then connect with the energy. And we know how powerful the mind is. There are sometimes, many times, you think of something and it happens. It is one of our most powerful tools. So when you are going inward and you are studying internally to your energetic body through that mind-body connection, it has the power to allow to clear blockages through that visualization. So talking about visualization and meditation, that's exactly where my final part of this workshop is going to take us. I have recorded, it's about a 25-minute meditation, and it is to balance and clear the chakras. I decided to make this one where I am not visible, because I want you to completely connect and relax within your body to allow it to have the most benefit to you and your highest self. So there are many different ways that you can clear the chakras, balance the chakras, and a lot of those alternate ways, just as well as yoga, you can use for so many different ways, reasons, purposes. But for this one specific, as it's a Chakra Balancing Workshop, that is where I am focusing. So thank you very much for staying with me. I hope you try some of these other alternate methods out. They are so beneficial on each one of their levels. But we're going to move on now to our final part of the workshop, which is the meditation. So I'll see you there. Namaste.